Construction services at 84 Lumber entails our ability to go out and work with our builders through our store locations and offer them a program where we can bring material and labor to their job sites and give them a managed package. Ultimately, what we're trying to do is we are trying to put them in a better position where they do not have to have as much management on their sites, so we offer that to them. Our core programs that we have for our construction services are framing, windows and exterior doors, interior doors and trim, roofing, siding, and insulation. We do custom builders, we do production builders, which can be regional or national builders, all depending on their volume of houses. And then we do multifamily, which is what I'll call light commercial. For custom builders, what we provide for them through the construction service is we provide them good budget control. Ultimately, smaller builders have less resources, they have less overhead, they have less ability to manage their process, so we step in and we help them do that by offering this budgetary control. Production builders, where we step in there primarily, obviously it's the budgetary control, but you go to a different stage with high production builders because then it's about schedules. These builders are looking at days of turning their houses. So they realize that they have to build so many houses in a given month, and they rely on us to have a lot of manpower to do the jobs, but also to be able to get it done based on their schedule. That's the most critical thing to them, is turning those days. When you get to the multifamily, that's when you go into a different arena, because ultimately you are working more with a general contractor rather than a residential builder. It's all about schedule whenever you get to general contractors, because if you're building multiple units, it's about hitting that time frame. And the most important thing is we want to make sure we take care of our customers. You know, if it's something that we can do and we can help them and it puts us in a good position to grow our business, we're going to continue to do that, but we're going to do it the right way, and we're going to make sure that we do what we tell them we can do day in and day out. What we want to offer you is a managed program that makes your life much simpler to go out and build houses.
This is a project of 88 apartment units along with 20 condominium units and along with some commercial space as well. So it's a mixed-use project, but really right now we're focusing on the 88 apartments to get them done. We want to move through this in 12 months, and 88 units in 12 months for us is faster than we're normally going. So there's where 84 Lumber actually was able to help us out a lot, because we could better control our schedule. When we were putting the bids together for this project, 84 offered to take the framing and windows and really package the shells for us. We were a little bit hesitant. We haven't contracted that way before, but when we started to look at the opportunities and add up what our costs were going to be and then a contingency factor, it really worked out for us to be a much smarter way to contract the job. 84 is handling windows, they're handling the roofing, they're handling the framing, the installation of the windows, the installation of the roofing, the installation of the doors. So it really is a whole shell package: the decks, the exterior trim, and the siding. As we evaluated our different options, there were really several advantages that we saw, not the least of which was the safety factor. For us, we build mostly single family or condominium residential, and this is getting a little higher and a little bit more exposed to OSHA than we historically are. And frankly, some of my contractors weren't ready to take that step forward. So really for us, it took away some significant training and concerns on the safety side. It locked in our prices right up front for the entire project. We're working with 84 because of their purchasing power, and bundling the advantages to us really made a lot of sense. And for us, it's worked out great and taken some of the headaches off of us, as well as let us go a little faster than our contractors would be able to. The supervision that was brought out to this job, Nelson, he's bringing ideas. If we run into little problems along the way, he's got the experience to say, well, here's how we've done it before, here's what works well, how about if we do this? We've actually saved us some money in a few areas and helped us catch some problems and get them fixed very quickly before they've turned into bigger problems.
This is a 64-acre site. There's going to be 26 apartment buildings with 26 apartments in each one. There's also a separate garage building with 10 garages for each apartment building. There's a clubhouse, I think, behind me here with a pool. They have an exercise room, a theater. On the main buildings, 84 is supplying all the lumber, supplying all the windows, supplying the install basically of the windows and the erection of the building. That's all in their scope of work. All the layout is coordinated with the install that is supplied by 84 and myself. We go over all the little issues there might be and come to the agreement. This is what we're going to do. It works out great. As far as the trim goes, 84 is supplying all the doors, all the casing, all the sill material, and all the hardware in the buildings as well. 84's involvement, to me, is hugely important. Bill Mays is the sales fellow that I've been working with in my second go-around with Bill. Great guy to work with, very helpful. He's like a partner in this, which is, after all the years that I've been doing this, is a completely new concept to me. Because usually we have a lumber supplier, they drop the lumber and they go. And if I need something, I have to call them. If I'm short, or if it's wrong, or if it's broken, or if it doesn't come, I have to call them and I have to find it out. If I have a problem like that here, I call Bill, he makes it go away. It's great, absolutely great. The schedule on this job is such that I don't have time to waste. So anything that is expeditious is great. It's a huge relief, huge load off my mind that there's help here, but I think both 84 and us are seeing a huge benefit by that. I think it watches out for Bill's bottom line and ours as well. It makes it simple. And I don't know why as a GC that if you have that opportunity to take something off of your plate that you don't have to worry about, that somebody is accountable for and somebody is in control, I don't know why you wouldn't want to do that. I think it's a great way to go.
This project is a pretty big scale project. It's a multi-use project consisting of 6 buildings. We've got 197 apartments being built, ranging from 1, 2, and 3 bedroom apartments with some amenity areas. We've also got 30,000 square feet of ground floor walk-up retail space along Washington Street. These apartments are open to anybody to rent. Of course, students at the school will be hopefully renting these apartments. The Navy wanted apartments so that Navy personnel can have more choice of apartments to rent from when the Navy ships are here for maintenance. Yeah, this is our first project working with 84 Lumber. 84 Lumber is doing the framing for the apartment buildings, the windows and sliding glass doors, and the pre-hung doors and trim inside the apartments. Well, we wanted to package the framing with one subcontractor. We didn't want to purchase materials from one entity and hire somebody to install it, because then you get in the middle of being short material here, or this isn't working out, these trusses don't fit. We wanted one company responsible for the whole package. That way it was more liability on somebody else getting it right, and to be honest, we just didn't have the manpower to, it would require more people to purchase every item separately and get somebody else to install it. I mean, it's a lot to manage the inflow of materials for 4 large apartment buildings, to try to get in the middle of scheduling, when wall studs need to be here versus trusses versus sheathing, and it's just another reason it makes sense for one company to be responsible and handle all of that. The shipyard and Newport News and the state of Virginia and Armada Hoffler are all excited about this project.
We feel that with the budget assurance, with the quality of subcontractors, with the ease of communication, the one-stop shop, the ability for them to work with a big company that stands behind their work, which has a lot of value in this day and time. We believe that for the builders that we do construction services with 84 Lumber, once we've gotten them to the point to where they understand what we do and how we do it whenever we're out there performing the work for them, we feel that it's a win-win situation for all.